Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Goodness John and today I'll be showing us how to make single fold and double fold bias binding. So bias is used to hem, hem around edges, so you use it to bind around edges of clothes or edges. So what we would need, I'll just need pressing iron and tape to be able to do this. Now we're going to be cutting the bias, the rope we would need. We can't cut it straight across. We'll be cutting diagonally because it's usually used to hem around curves. So we'll be cutting it across diagonally. So my bias tape is going to be a 1 inch bias tape. Because I'm going to be doing a 1 inch bias tape, I'll be cutting 2 inches. So I'll be folding half inch in, half inch, the other half inch in. So I'll measure 2 inches across, all the way across, and cut it out to get multiple ropes. So if you're going to be turning like a long bias, long cloth, so you just need multiple ropes and then you need to join them together to have a long bias rope like the commercial ones we get in the market. So I'll just be cutting out my 2 inches strips from this fabric. So I'm just replicating the same thing, cutting out 2 inches until I'm done all the way until I finish the fabric. So I'll just cut out 2 inches, measure 2 inches all the way. So it's dependent on how long the tape you're cutting, like how long the edge is that you're cutting it for. That will be dependent on how long your bias rope will be. So I'll go and cut all of this out. So the next thing I'm going to do is straighten the edges. I'll just straighten because I'm going to be joining all of these ropes together. So I'll straighten the edges and then go take it to the sewing machine and join it all together to make one long rope. So I've joined it all together to make one long rope. The next thing I'll do is iron the joining together and then I'll cut out the excess allowance. So it's like quarter of an inch left, quarter of an inch joining allowance. So I'm just ironing so that I have a neat finishing. After cutting this all out, I will iron half an inch in on both sides. Remember, it's a 1 inch bias rope I am trying to make. So I iron half an inch in. This is a 2 inch rope. So if I iron half inch on one side and half inch on the other side, I will have a 1 inch rope. So this is what it's gonna look like. I'll just do this all through the rope from the left and then for the right as well. Basically, most of what we're going to be, what most of bias making of the bias is ironing. Like most of what you're going to be doing is ironing because it's the edge of the clothes, so you're just ironing it down. So just make sure you have your iron handy so you can make the bias rope if you're looking to make a bias rope. So I'll go ahead and do this for the other side as well, just folding both sides in together. Now it's beginning to look like the commercial bias we get. So you can do this especially when you're working with a pattern fabric or a different color of fabric that you wouldn't find commercially or in the market. So if you want to finish like a pattern fabric, you can do this so that you have a neat and uniform finishing. So I'll just iron this side and show you guys what it looks like. So this is what the bias rope looks like after ironing both sides. So the next thing I'm going to do is to show you guys how to make the double fold bias rope. For the double fold bias rope, we're going to measure 3 inches instead of 2. So just do the same thing diagonally across, measure 3 inches across, just the way we did for the single fold bias rope, and then cut it all out and join it to make one long rope. So the difference between this and the single fold is how we fold it in. So, and they are used for different types of tipping, so different types of binding. It's when you use it, it gives two different results or two different looks. So it's better dependent on the look you're going for, that you use either the single or the double. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark the middle of the bias rope. So the idea, or why I'm ironing to get the midpoint, is because I'm going to be folding the each side to meet the midpoint of the rope. So, and then now I'm folding each side to meet the midpoint of the rope. Iron it, ironing it in. I'll do this for left and the right. So if you're making a long rope, you need to make multiple and then join it together, just as we did for the other one, before you come and do this point. So I'm just making a short rope. So after folding it in on both sides, then you fold them again to meet each other, making one side 1/4 inch shorter. It's just 1/4 inch shorter than the other side. So we use this type of rope to fold say edges that it's going to show on both sides. So the I'll put a picture of what it looks like up, so we can see what kind of edges we use this to, so what it will look like when you sew it. So this is the double fold bias rope, and this is the single fold bias rope. So it's dependent on what you're sewing and what you want it to look like. I hope this video has been helpful and easy to follow. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video.